Yeah.
Good evening and welcome. Ignore them; they're just bickering quietly in the corner. We'll come to them shortly. Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models channel, and this is Thursday night's regular and evening with. It's the gang this week. Next week is everyone. So get your cameras ready and get ready and signed up and logged in, because next week you can be here. You can be here or along there somewhere. It's that side, isn't it? Yeah. So it's your regular Thursday night, just hanging out, chatting, doing whatever. People might be doing stuff down in the other corners, but I won't be. I'll just be sitting here looking at you. So with me this evening, we have on the order that I've gotten down here, we have Paul from Team Inept.
Hello.
He's painting some big thing, giant something. What is it?
It's the Ale Guzzler Gargant from Games Workshop.
Okay, so is that the same scale as the normal Games Workshop stuff?
Yeah.
But he's an actual giant.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
So it actually makes it a little bit easier to paint because it's a sensible size.
Yay. Also with me, the next one along, also from Team Inept, but not signed in as Team Inept because that would be very confusing. We have Fox, the model making guru.
Hello.
Hey
everyone.
He's got stuff.
I'm working on Chris's Warhamster drawing.
Yay.
But I've forgotten how the feet work, and I'm trying to draw it, and it just comes out looking like a Protectron from Fallout. So
you've forgotten how feet work?
No, I forgot what the legs and feet are. Marines. And every time I try and draw a foot, it comes out looking like a Protectron. And that's not quite right.
Isn't it? Okay, I don't know. And also joining us again this week, we have George, one of my patrons.
Hey guys.
Hey. Hello. How have you been during the week, George? Everything all right?
Yeah. I edited a 12-minute video, and that took about 40 hours. So I'm excited to actually start doing some work, and it also looks like a lot of people are joining the Sazabi group build.
Yeah, we'll mention that in a bit.
Yeah, I have mine right here.
Is that all one kit?
Yeah, it's the one that Fox is currently spending the next century sanding.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when you see it all laid out like that, you can understand why it's taking so long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'm afraid to open it, so I'm just gonna talk to you.
Well, you've opened the box. That's the first stage.
Yeah.
Opening the plastic comes next. You'll build up to that.
The difficulty is in trying to work out the part count for that kit. It goes beyond any numbers I know.
You mean more than 6?
Yeah, more than 6. I'm like, what? I don't understand any of this.
Quick for me then, Chris.
I know. Right. So I'll have a look through the chat and see who we've got. What we got? I think. According to my chat, I was first in, but I wasn't because I said hello, Quano Man. So he must have been in there earlier than me for me to say that to him. But there we go. Pascal was in there saying almost time, just after me. Look, after, not before, after. There we go. Fox is in there as well. Fox is promising pizza to everybody by the looks of it.
So, I wasn't. I said you promising pizza to everybody.
I didn't hear that bit at all. No, I only saw the bit about you promising it to people, but. My wife is in, she's saying I'm not buying pizza for everybody, so that's okay.
Hello,
Dad's in, saying hello everybody. Connor Man, Shane Youngs is in as well, another one of my lovely patrons, as is Dad. I should mention that as well. George is in, but he's in here as well, so yeah, there we go. Swigging Pig, John O.M., morning, evening all, he says. It's morning for you, and it's early morning for you, I think, in Down Under. So good morning, welcome. Shane isn't set up to come in yet, so he won't be joining us this week, but you never know next time. John, another patron, it's all patron city over there, saying hello. I'm not sure why he's saying hell. But, oh, hello, he means, okay.
He's watching you, he's not far off.
Quite possibly, yeah. Lord Bontley III is in, Evening Squire, he says. And that's everybody, yep. So, and we have a wild squid just appeared in the Camry thing down there. Not really here yet, but we'll let his computer warm up a little bit because it takes a while for him to get his internet up and charged.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Hang on.
No, it's exactly the same. I can hear you, but we can't see you either.
This is like the Wrath of Khan again. Jim, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Who's taking Genesis?
It's nice we've got a proper northerner in as well now.
Wait,
What on earth is going on?
Don't know. We did have a quick, brief glimpse of you there briefly, but then it went away again. And he's gone away. Probably try and turn his computer back off and on again, and come back. Yes, this is I'd say an evening with the gang and patrons, as it is now. Next week is the evening with everyone, so that's your opportunity for you to come and join us all, hang out, chat, or maybe just me next week. You never know who's going to turn up. So get your cameras ready and do that, because next week is also the big week when live on this show, about now, I shall be doing the live random comment picker from YouTube to randomly pick a comment from my giveaway video and give someone a mug, one of them. Might not look exactly like that because, you know, these are one-off creations, but it'll be something along the lines of a Gross Models branded mug of, well, of whatever you put in it, really. Mug of happiness.
Mug of happiness.
So get your comments on the video. Not this one. Well, you can comment on this one if you like, but that's not the one that it gets picked from. It gets picked from the other one that says it's the 2,000 subscriber giveaway thing. So when this is finished, and you make sure you've watched it, put a comment on, and stand a chance of winning next week. It'd be even better if somebody who's actually here on the camera with me wins it, because then we can get live reaction shots and stuff rather than.
Oh, just give it to me and it's fine. It's
you have indeed commented on the video, so there is a chance that you will win it.
Am I here? Can I? Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Am
well,
I here?
here and we can see you and hear you now, Spid. Welcome.
Ah, right. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't know. I shall click on you briefly, and we'll have a quick introductory. Hello, Spid. How are you doing?
Hello, Chris. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. What have you been up to?
Not much beyond sort of working and sleeping and occasionally eating and drinking coffee, naturally.
I didn't know you like coffee.
No, I think you thought we would have mentioned it at some point, but
I thought you were a tea drinker.
I thought I'd mentioned that in passing somewhere.
don't know.
He was a secret lemonade drinker. Secret lemonade drinker.
You were
That's
you
blasphemy
were printing a Hulk last time I saw you.
I was painting the big Hulk, who is over here.
Oh, he is big, isn't he? I didn't think he was that big. I hadn't seen him, you know, in scale with
He's
anything
quite
else.
a big fella. He is. He has some big burger shoulders. Yes, that one's had a few coats of paint and some what's the name of the stuff?
Jeez.
Agrex shade and some Nuln oil and yeah, that stuff, and various bits and pieces.
Cool.
So I'm quite pleased with him, and we did a little simple Batman.
Oh,
Doesn't Batman.
I am Batman. Oh, Fox went and came
I
back.
was just refreshing because I didn't have any picture for Spid.
And a Crichton that needs a few little extra bits, but I'm doing that for a friend. I've just got to do a few little bits and then some clear coat, and then that's going to be packaged up for.
He's got just the right expression as well.
It does mean changing the ball.
Are you sure?
Plan through with 2 major flaws.
Oh.
1, we don't have a laser cannon, and 2, we don't have a laser cannon.
It may seem like one, but it seemed like such a biggie.
Yeah.
Red yellow alert. Go to red alert. Are you sure, sir? It does mean changing the light bulb.
Right, Chris, I've made a tactical decision on your drawing.
You have. Well, technically,
Yeah, I
what
I
have you
was trying to
decided?
figure out legs, and it all went horribly wrong. So he's not going to have legs. I'm just going to cut him off with something like a banner or
Legless.
something underneath.
Yay.
I'm going to be lazy and do it as a top portrait, a bust rather than a.
That'll be fine. You can do the legs next year.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put like a banner or something there, but I don't know what to have because it'll be covered up by his bolter. So it might just say "grot."
Bro. I see we have Dave Wire, the Rum's Gone Barker has popped in. Says,
Hey,
what
Dave.
ho, chaps? Hi, Dave. I haven't seen you for ages.
Hello, Dave. What happened to Thursday shopping, Dave?
This is why Dave's in chat now. 'cause
Yeah,
making
he's
up for the
coming.
fact he didn't do a shopping
He's
video.
going to come on camera in a minute and do the live shopping video. I'm sure.
Oh, he's going to come on telly live and throw things over his shoulder.
Ed and George are talking in the chat. Jono says, yeah, it's 5 a.m. start over here. Blooming heck, Jono. What? I wouldn't be up watching me at 5 o'clock.
Is Jono in Australia land?
Jono is in Australia land, yes.
G'day, bro.
My sympathy.
Jono's the one that's done the radio-controlled 144 tugboat.
Oh, the one that's going.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. That one. Yes. Yeah.
It was dead. If you watch it without the sound, it's dead adorable because it kind of whizzes around like a really confused puppy. It's like, oh, I can't know where I'm going.
Bit like you then.
Yeah, that's really cool. That I mean, you know, because you know how well sort of 72nd and 48 scale aeroplanes fly, as in they don't. So it's very impressive that the boat.
Depends how hard you throw them, doesn't it?
Important update: Jamie Bone has beaten everyone to the punch.
I did notice that.
Bench 135th to me at M10 Achilles, belly pack of peanut M&Ms. Dad hadn't even asked the question yet. Dad, you're slacking. You're fired.
Well, talking about bench and belly, I've got snacks. I've raided the cupboard downstairs. I've got some Jaffa cakes.
Oh, Jaffa cakes.
But I've also got some Jaffa cakes, limited edition strawberry Jaffa cakes.
Strawberry Jaffa cakes, get out.
They've got to be original. They've got to be orange.
I've got lemon and lime Jaffa cakes.
We have a state of that hat.
Have you got some weird Jaffa cake multi-pack?
Dave Barker, what are you wearing?
Oh, I got it at the car boot sale the other day.
Welcome, Dave. You've got something just on your. No, it's all right. Fine, don't worry about it.
A little bit of lettuce on your leg, wasn't it?
I can't explain what I'm thinking, but we all know what I'm thinking.
Are you thinking chicken?
Male.
Dave, you've still got something on your head there. It's a bit
I was going
strange.
to say, yeah, he's gone from chicken to chocolate.
Dave Barker, look, Dave Barker, look.
Oh, hang about. Let me click the button so you can see you.
That's not a 40k, look.
Oh, wow. I've got so much Sigma in my hand.
It's a Sigma nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm making a nonsense.
It's a shouty space horse.
Yeah, it's a shouty space horse.
Yeah. Oh. Have you come in for doing shopping then, Dave? Is that what you're coming for?
Yeah, Thursday shopping.
Thursday shopping.
Well, there was a little bit. There wasn't a lot. There was nothing exciting because she said it's our skip week. So
Was it like toilet rolls and like toilet fresheners and stuff?
It was bread rolls and cheese and Hazlitt and ham and that to be packed lunches for the week at work.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
And I got some sweeties and a Victor, and Tommy got another Hot Wheel. He got a Dodge Viper, but he's got the packet. Yeah, that was generally, basically. I did well the other day though at the car boot sale.
Oh,
I did. I threw the box away because the box was so badly damaged. But I got the Revell Easy Kit Millennium Falcon.
oh, it is. Yeah, I recognise it.
Yes.
For 10 quid. So I thought, I'm having that.
Yeah, you can't complain for 10 quid.
Exactly. So yeah, I thought I'd done all right with that. And that's been it, really.
Nice.
That was shopping day. Sorry, Mama Fox, that was it.
She's probably not even watching this, so
Another problem I've got is I've got no idea what a hamster head looks like. God damn it.
I've shown you mine. Have a look at the picture of mine on the video.
Yes, I'll just look at it through my telepathic nerve now.
Oh, there it is. Look, there you go.
That's a
Looks
really
like
long way
that.
away.
Looks like that. Just like that. There you go.
Facing a different way to my.
Just Google hamster head.
I just,
Or
I'm
better,
gonna
go
have to
get a
do
real
it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
I can't. I was just saying, George, earlier on that I drew all this and then thought, crap, I can't just copy and paste the head on the top. Oh, damn it.
Did you find yourself going for the Control S while you were in progress?
No, but when I was finished for a while, I was like, oh, I didn't save. Oh, wait. And I keep wanting to go like that. I need to undo that bit. No, that's no, I can't. Control Z. No.
TK's in the chat as well. Evening, TK.
Hey, TK.
Again, welcome to join if you get a spare couple of seconds, because we know you're busy.
Thank you for the roses advice, TK. They're in.
Is that chocolates or plants?
Plants. Horticulturally things.
Oh, I remember because you said how far to plant them away from stuff and things, and yeah, I remember that now.
Is that Dave using big words?
Yeah. What plants? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Things.
Lynn's in as well.
Hey, Lynn.
She says, nice chicken or duck, Dave.
Turkey, but it's close.
Pascal says, my bench is outside at the moment. It's top coating the Psycho Zaku and belly some iced tea.
Ooh, iced tea was there.
Iced tea.
Wow, very civilized.
Pascal's in the chat. He's never here early.
No, he wasn't here first because he's outside doing painting and stuff, so he couldn't get to the computer.
Ah.
Roger Woodward's in saying hi all. And
Roger.
that's everybody, and everyone's talking about to themselves. Jamie's asking Dave, is that Millennium Falcon going to take 6 episodes?
It's Dave, it'll only take one.
That was the plan.
Well, Dave just showed us it in the placket, so in about a minute and a half, it's going to be finished.
I thought you start with that, Mister. I can build an easy kit in the night.
Yeah, well, I can, but I'm going to open some Jaffa Cakes because
Yeah, them lemon and lime ones are the best in the world.
I've not tried them.
Oh, it's great. I'm my favourite.
Strawberry Jaffa cakes. It's just not right.
I'm going to open
It's going to be orange, Chris.
and
Orange.
get one each out and see which is which.
No, no good. Orange or nothing.
I'm wondering if they're different, if you can tell that they're different from the
They're a
outside.
different colour, I imagine. The jelly bit will be different colour.
The strawberry one is smaller than the regular Jaffa Cake. That's not on. That's cheating.
Yeah.
There's definitely a size difference there.
What about the size?
Well, the
It
packet,
is
that
about
one's
the
different.
size.
That's in a green packet, so you know which one's which on that.
If you haven't tried Aldi Jaffa Cakes, you really, really must, because they are the best.
No, McVitie's are the only people that make Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they're better
that
than
strawberry one is definitely smaller than the other two, so I'm going to be able to tell which one's which with that.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Spinny. Morrison's are the best Jaffa Cakes apart from the
No. Aldi are far superior. Far superior.
And I'm just shuffling my Jaffa Cakes, so I don't know which one's which, and we'll have a live taste challenge. So we go.
Is our interaction with you that dull that you're doing a live Jaffa
Yes,
Cake taste
live
test?
Jaffa Cake taste test. This is the smaller one, so this is the strawberry one. And it's red in colour inside, so yeah.
And yeah, Dave, you're really lucky that TK gave you proper advice, because the advice he gave me for fixing those fence panels was I use a small crane normally.
Oh,
Well, thanks, TK.
you want to just go to the high shop and get yourself a Hilti gun, mate. Says all the hassle.
Yeah.
Well, verdicts on the strawberry Jaffa Cake is it's all right. It's a little bit strawberry. It's not really strawberry.
Did you say strawberry?
He did.
Strawberry.
He did.
A little bit strawberry, but not very.
Right, no idea, I'm sure.
Could be more.
That is now my new favourite word.
Strawberry.
I shall go for the second one, which I've got no idea which one it is. It might be, but they both look identical. Well, not identical.
Could do
but the
like
same. I can't tell which
A
one's
Jaffa
which.
Cake Russian roulette thing. Just put them all on a spinny plate. One of each on a spinny plate and spin it round.
It smells lemon and limey, so even before I bit into it, I knew what try it was.
There's an idea, Spud. What you could do is you could get a plate of Jaffa Cake, and then on the sponge side, you could just we could just get some of that regret sauce
Yeah.
on one of them, and then spin the plate, and somebody ends up with the
Yeah.
cake.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Jaffa Cake Russian roulette. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the lemon and
Well,
lime
just-
one is all right.
Just very carefully slice the tops off and just replace the whole jelly bit with some really, really spicy sauce.
Yeah,
Well,
but you'd be able to tell when you've done that. That wouldn't work.
Yeah, just
Well, yeah, you'd have to kind of do the same thing for everyone, but just replace the jelly bit in one of them.
Lynn Dipple says, I'm going to have to order some from Amazon. Which flavour should I try? If you're buying Jaffa Cakes,
Orange.
there's only one flavour, and that's
There's
Jaffa
only one
Cakes.
flavour
Orange
of Jaffa
flavour.
Cakes.
oh, the lemon and lime ones.
No, orange. Got to be orange.
Yep, don't buy strawberry or strawberry
No.
or lippity dippity or whatever. Just Jaffa Cakes.
Isn't that Lynn's surname, Dippity?
Dippity.
Jaffa flavoured Jaffa Cakes. That's what
I've
I've
got no
got.
idea what hamster looks like. I've just got to do some
Oh.
research now. God damn it.
Of the three that I've just eaten, one of each.
What hamster?
Must admit, yeah, the 3 hamsters. No, I don't eat hamsters. That's not on. The lemon and lime is probably my favourite.
There you go.
No.
It had a nice tang to it that was different. I mean, nothing wrong with normal Jaffa Cakes. Don't get me wrong.
Wrong. It's just wrong.
No, it's not. Honestly, you've got to try them, Speed. The lemon and lime Jaffa cakes are awesome.
Yeah, I would buy them again.
Another
8 out of 10.
Another thing to do as well, we've been doing a lot of work, is with donuts. You get a strawberry or raspberry donut packet and then a packet of custard ones, cut them in half, and then have a bite for it's like
Stuck into it. Yeah, that'd work though, because that's like fruit and custard. That works.
it's trifle donut. It's awesome. It's the most
Yeah.
amazing taste in the world.
That's a really good idea. I'm going to have to try that now.
Right, here we go. It's great. It's like trifle donut. It's great.
Yeah,
The trouble is, when you cut a donut in half, don't you always end up with one half that's full of jam and one half that's got no jam in it at all?
We do it scientifically.
the trick to that is if you look for the injection hole,
Exactly.
the jam is usually pooled opposite the injection hole. So if you slice it down the middle where the needle injects the jam in, that
Yeah.
you usually get half and half a jam.
Or you could just slice it the other way.
Yeah, slice it laterally.
Yeah,
Just
you
top
could do
it
it that way. Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, then you could stick the two together. Couldn't
Yeah,
you?
that would work better because then each
Yeah.
bite would definitely be.
They're like a donut sandwich, a sandwich.
A trifle donut sandwich.
Yeah.
You want something here?
Wait, trifles and donuts?
My wife is saying that Jaffa cakes have to be orange, and let me have the orange ones
Yeah.
back, please.
She's
Yeah, 'cause
right.
if you've got, you can't be trusted with them clearly, Chris. If you've got strawberry ones as well,
Well, the strawberry ones are all right,
just
but
give them back to Gemma. There you go.
the lemon and lime are definitely the top ones. Then the normal original Jaffa cakes, and then the strawberry ones. I'm now on the lookout for other flavours of Jaffa cakes.
What? I'd leave that hamster looking like that.
I don't even know if they've got little buck teeth. I don't know. Hang on.
That looks like,
Hamster face. Let's have a look at.
like a Nurgle marine, now, like a plague marine. I'd leave it like that.
I think you could get away with that. I'm just trying to picture. Do they have kind of?
Oh god, there's some scary images there.
Yeah, don't just Google no.
He's Googled sexy hamster
No, I
again.
don't. That one's freaking me out.
It's going to have fat cheeks.
You might, who would want a hoodie with a hamster face?
Don't
On?
Google fat
You can only see the bottom half of that.
You seen that?
Oh dear.
Why would you want a hoodie that's a hamster face? I mean, I'd just be taking you out and shooting you if that was.
I bet there's a swimsuit like it as well.
Ooh, look.
Paul, I just have the same thought as you, mate.
How's that for a hamster face?
that is awesome. Yeah, you need it. Yeah.
Okay, it's a thought I wish you hadn't had and he'd Googled fat cheeks, but you know.
Yeah. Do.
Lynn's going to try the lemon and lime ones as well then.
No, don't try this nonsense.
Oh, orange.
Lynn,
Don't
if you have
put
anything
money
other
on
than basic Jaffa cakes, it's like trying to drink new Coke. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Oh, don't.
Scrooge says, "Lock the door, she's coming for your Jaffa cakes."
Jaffa cakes.
Quino Man says it looks like Foxy's doing the biker mice from Mars.
I know there's a bit of that vibe going on, isn't there?
So I have a question. Anybody who builds armor, do they have warning labels? So like when you build a gunpla, it has warnings all over the outer armor to say this is hot, don't step here. But if these are machines that are being opened and maintained, would they have warning labels on the inside? Do things like tanks and airplanes have warning labels on the inside to say, hey, this is hot, don't touch it?
Not generally, no.
No, I think inside where there might be crew members, there might be. Like the
Modern
population
stuff probably would.
stencils.
Well,
You might
Scott,
get-
Modern armor might, because of like health and safety going
Scott is
mad.
in the chat. I'm sure he'll be commenting
Yeah,
randomly.
I mean, it might be like you open a panel and there might be, if it's part of an engine, there might be like a stencil on the inside of the panel with some information, but I doubt it. But yeah, there'll be
Vincent
lots
would
of
probably be your man on this one, but where is he?
Who, Scott? No, Scott.
Scott's in the chat. I'm sure he's desperately typing now. He's going to tell us where all the warning labels are on every IDF tank ever.
He'll be typing furiously.
Well,
I know,
I
right? You're gonna be happy,
I
happily.
think about like the inside of my car when I open the hood. It's got like little warning labels on on the bits on the inside. So I'm curious at what it looks like, and you know, how
Good.
that
I
is.
would assume.
You're American?
Yes.
I would assume that anything that the general public are going to be going near, yes, there'll be warning labels all over it. But military, probably not so much, because anyone that's going to be opening it is theoretically going to know exactly what they're doing.
Oh,
You're gonna
but
be in
in
the army, have you, Chris?
this modern day, see World War II era and maybe like Vietnam era and that kind of thing. No, But modern day, I think they would.
I get the impression in today's modern army, everything has instructions on it, like literally almost at the point of this end away from face, probably.
Danger,
Because,
this is where the bullets come
the
out.
current generation that will be in the army are kind of dumb as a bag of rocks, let's be honest. The kids today, they're just dumb.
Scott is telling you to Google wet koala, Fox.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
No, honestly,
There's an explosive. There's an explosive that the army uses, and it's curved, and it's got a couple of stakes, and the stake into the gun.
Claymore.
And that actually has printed on the outer curved side, this side towards enemy.
Yeah.
But that's a bit different. That's just to make sure you get it set up the right way around. So I can understand that one.
Even modern day firearms, I think they have like caution, don't put your finger in the slide because it'll pinch and stuff like that. So I would imagine something in the future when these things take place, at the very least would have warning signs even on the inside. I don't know. I'm just trying to conceptualize, since I can't actually build this thing right now, what I want to do to it. And I don't think I've ever seen one that has warnings on the inside. So I thought, do real tanks have that?
Honestly, no idea.
TK says aircraft do, tanks not sure, and then he's got to go on to baby duty. So we'll be back in a little while. Scott says some do now because of health and safety.
There's a channel called Inside the Chieftain's Hatch, where there's a guy who used to be a tanker, and he gives you tours around inside armored vehicles. That's probably like your best one to see any warning labels inside the actual vehicle, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, he does that inside the Chieftain's Hatch. He does a lot with wargaming.net with all the tanks and that, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he actually used to be a tanker, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was actually in the tank squad or whatever they call them. I don't know.
Cavalry.
Yeah,
Not sure about the second lemon line. The second lemon line Jaffa Cake wasn't as good as the first one.
See, that's because there is only orange.
Chris, the most important question of the night. I don't know why, but do you want your war hamster chomping on a big fat cigar?
I don't mind.
What's that RTS game?
StarCraft 2.
StarCraft, yeah, StarCraft Marine style.
That would look cool. The cigar would look good.
Just chomping on a big fat cigar.
Yeah.
I shall leave it up to the artist's
Carrot
preference.
instead of a cigar. That'd be,
All right. Well, George, while you're here, and while it's now, you've just started a competition, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I
Why
would
not tell people?
call it a competition.
Well,
But
an experience.
Since Fox is building the Sazabi, I have a few and a couple other people were posting in the Boom Hut that they have some in their backlog, but they don't think they're good enough just yet to build it. I thought I'd give myself and those people kind of a push and build along with Fox. Also, it gives you kind of a chance to experience what's supposed to be the greatest 144th scale model in current existence. So, it got a lot bigger faster than I thought it was going to. I thought it was just going to be like a suggestion, and then everybody started saying, "Oh, I have one, let's do it." And so here we are. So there's a YouTube video on my channel.
I'll put a link in the description. I can't do it now, but I'll do it when it's finished. So I'll put a link down in there.
That has the announcement. All of it will be kind of done through the Boom Hut, so you'll post your progress pictures there and in the Discord. But yeah, it should be exciting. It runs until September 21st, mainly to give Fox enough time to hopefully finish his.
Yeah, I don't think that's
time
enough
to
time.
get my finger out. Say what you mean. Say what you feel.
we think Fox works better with a deadline.
George, I've noticed you didn't say what year.
Oh yeah, I did put in I think I put 2019 because I wrote it in the funny way that you guys write your dates.
Well, you're the right way round. Yeah.
The correct way.
Sure.
Oh, you knew that was coming.
We'll go with that. But yeah, so this year that gives 4 months to build, which even I should hopefully be able to finish one by then, and then also gives time for the prize to come out, which is the real grade new Gundam, which is the nemesis of the kit that we're building for the group build.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, if you remember the Boom Hub, go and have a look. I put an announcement at the top of the page. If you're on a mobile, you might have to expand it, and that gives you all the information you need to go and join in. It should be jolly good times.
And it's not about who's the best builder, who's got the best technical skill, because like I said, I've only been building for a year, so that's definitely not me. It's just about having fun and all building the same thing together.
Yep.
So yeah.
And I see we're doing that as well. If somebody comes across a pitfall, everybody knows about it then.
Well, it's a Bandai kit. So, well, most of them are going to be Bandai kits, so there's not really going to be any pitfalls in it at all, is there? They're all.
Well, it depends what you're doing with it.
They're going to fall together, aren't they? Colin's here, the 67's workshop.
Hey, Colin.
Good evening.
Hey, Colin.
Right, I think I'm getting a handle on this now.
Oh, it doesn't want to handle.
I think it's still a bit of a rubbish-looking hamster, but
He looks a bit angry.
it's Warhamster. What do you expect? He's not going to have.
It's going to be angry. It's going to be angry.
Oh, I want an undo button. I really want an undo button.
Is all that stuff on your bench eraser figure?
It's all eraser nonsense, yes.
Lovely. Is there going to be any paper left?
This is the downside of this kind of.
Are you actually gone through a page yet?
I've not actually kind of done paper and pen and ink.
That's how he's getting the Photoshop layers, isn't it? Just by burning through paper as he's rubbing it out.
Yeah, this is the problem. I've not done anything like this for like 20 years. I've done it on computers since
So you do
then.
animations as well, isn't it? Like Flipbook.
Yeah. So I can't tell you how this may come out. This may not work at all. I don't know.
Ah, well. It's always fun.
Yes.
Spruglu's asking, Fox, do you have a name for the character you're drawing? May I suggest Errol?
I don't know. It's your character, Chris.
There was a whole naming thing going on Sunday, and naming my orcs. I think we decided on, was it Roland, Errol, and the other one? Kevin?
I think it should be like Brother Sergeant Puffy Cheeks or something.
That's your nickname, Fox.
Oh, shut up. Don't tell everyone. Well, I won't be special anymore, will I?
Colin's asking, is that Vince's logo, Fox?
Oh God, I forgot about that. I've got Vince's logo as a Zaku. It's inked in and not coloured yet. Oops.
Oh dear.
I bet Vince had forgotten about that as well until Colin just mentioned it. No.
It's all right. I don't think Vincent's here at the moment, so you'll be
Well,
all
Vince has been waiting for about 3 years. So.
All right, we'll text him.
Oh, shut up. Damn you, sir. Damn you.
Oh dear. Colin says, hello, Dave. Fancy seeing you.
Yeah, we all fancy seeing Dave.
Yeah, it's a pleasant surprise to see anybody on here, to be honest. So, Paul, while you're here and painting stuff, I know it's a big gianty thing. How are you getting on with him?
He's all right.
And you left your top off your glue.
That was a bad move.
Oh, is it not glue anymore?
Oh no!
Okay.
No, it's
Just a pot.
I had to put the whole.
Okay, got you. Did you just tip the glue out to give you an empty pot? Yeah.
Well, no, it was a full thing that I just poured out, and yeah.
Cool.
Was that your 4-drawer one?
No, it's plastic. I had a little bit of a, the eternal choice of which set of hands to use.
Yeah.
So I've gone for him swinging a massive chunk of masonry on a chain.
Cool.
It was that, and there were a couple of big branches with nails and swords and shit stabbed into them, but it looked a bit more fun. It's
Chancer's in. Chancer from North Wales saying hi, guys. Hello, Chancer.
hello.
Evening.
Yeah. Work out what colours to paint the patchwork trousers are. That's the only.
Have they got to be patchwork, or can you get away with?
No,
just
it's
one colour?
it's a load of bits of fabric stitched together because you've got all
right.
the stitch lines. So it's sort of a bit eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I think I can see myself scanning this in, taking a photograph of this and redrawing it in Photoshop, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I mean, I'd say I'm happy for anything, but if you want to do it all digitally, that's also acceptable. It
Well,
makes
I'm going to
it
colour it in.
easier
It
as
doesn't
well.
really matter too much, I suppose.
Ew. What's happened there? Well, that's annoying.
What's that?
Turns out that Cadian Fleshman is exactly the same colour as his blooming bristle. They just managed to mix Cadian flesh tone and Wesback of red. I forgot I was patching up. There we go.
Yeah. See, I'm not doing Warhamster this Sunday because I'm taking a week off, so they'll be sitting there quietly.
Week off, like you're allowed time off. I
I've
think
got time off. I can have time off. You had time off the other week.
time off nonsense.
You had time off the other week. You didn't do a show, I remember.
Yeah, there were reasons for that. Oops, excuse me.
Oh, box of pens.
I've got a box of pens and a Master Chief, apparently, and this very tiny tank that I seem to remember somebody sent me.
Yeah, that you
Chris
haven't built
from
yet.
Warhamster. Chris from the telly.
There's lots of things that people have sent to me.
People sent him stuff and he hasn't bothered building any of it. He's just hidden it in his box of pens
Like
Listen, it's a very important box of pens.
with
Not any box of pens.
some sort of phone charger as well, by the looks of it.
No, that's a. I've no idea. There's probably something that needs that cable, and I've long since forgotten what it was because I couldn't find the cable. Because it was in my very important box of pens.
Let's have a look at the other end of it.
I think it's from a hard drive, actually. It's got a weird double thing,
Oh,
a little
yeah,
one and a
could be.
big one.
It could be it's either a hard drive or some sort of digital camera.
It's got like a big one and a little one. I don't know what has a split.
no, that is
It's probably from a portable hard drive, I think.
yeah. That looks like it might either from a portable hard drive or from an old style digital camera.
Portable. No, I've never had an old style digital camera.
There you go. then.
Portable hard drive. The Super Match game. Sorry,
It is what you would.
did I say that out loud again?
Yeah, again.
Okay, sorry.
Spruglu's being surprised that they have the internet in Wales. Oh, he says, I'm close to the border, we steal the English net.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you off for these as well, won't I?
Which
Oh, that's
one?
your logo
Awesome.
stickers.
Dave, what are you working on right now? What are you doing on the bench there?
I'm doing the Engine of the Gods.
Who? What?
Engine of the Gods, which is
Ooh, what was that one you sent me? The horse and wagon with the dangly bits.
Was that what it was called?
Was that the Astromandibularum or something?
something like that.
Yeah, I'm doing that when I finish my shouty horse, spec horse.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's like a stegodon with an altar on the top of it.
Stegodon. I finished my coffee already. That was a bad thing. That was bad planning.
Very cool. It was off that in Kenneth and University. It's quite. I ordered it and then I felt quite dirty walking out of Games Workshop because I came up with 2 white boxes. It's like top shelf sort of stuff, isn't it?
Hey, who's got top shelf magazines? What?
No, when you order and then they send it into store and that, and I went and picked it up and it came in white boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I sent Chris's Taurox, it came in that kind of box, so he had no clue what it was, and of course he had no reference artwork on it either. Because yeah, thanks for that. Right, we're going to start some outlining.
Yay.
Biddly-boo.
Have you decided on the banner yet?
Nope. I'm going to draw this nonsense first because the banner's going to be kind of underneath his bolter, but behind that arm. So the banner might just say Sunday, but you won't see most of it because it'll be hidden by the bolter.
And then underneath the banner, you can do his legs.
No, I'm not doing that because what you'll find is his legs go off the bottom of the page, and then it'll just look like ass. Unless I make him standing near a conveniently placed rock, which is a bit. Oh, who's that? So, who's that comic artist that can't draw feet and he's actually a really terrible artist and everybody hates him?
Rob Liefeld.
That's the one, Rob Liefeld. Yeah, I'd have like a rock in place where it cover his feet up because his legs were long enough for something.
A tuft of grass or something. Or
Yeah, Rob Liefeld, who just everybody hates him, but he kind of invented Deadpool. So
Right. I'm going to scoot off because I can smell food.
you can
No,
smell
worries,
poo.
thanks for visiting.
Raw
Doug.
feet.
We haven't eaten yet. So,
Did you say you can smell poo or food?
Don't leave it so long next time.
Yeah, I thought that. Folks.
I can smell poo. I'm going now.
I can smell food. Don't say that because she gets really, really self-conscious about her cooking. She's back in bed. So, I hope someone watches back.
Good night, Dave. Thanks.
Right, Dave,
Bye.
if you're ready. Love you.
I thought I had a finer black pen than that, but never mind.
What? Fire black?
A finer black
Oh, fire.
pen, I think a smaller nib. Sometimes you just want a smaller nib, but never mind. You have to work with what you got.
Yeah.
Right, moment of truth. This is when it all goes brilliantly or basically to pot.
This is when you start filling in the wrong lines or something.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
Where it all goes horribly wrong.
Okay, well, we'll lock it on Fox and we'll watch.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, we'll watch live.
It
And
won't
see.
be exciting at all.
No pressure. It's all right. We're watching. No, not that bit.
No,
There's no
this
point
won't-
watching me. I'm
the
barely doing
initial
anything
outline
on
always
camera.
looks terrible.
Lynn's been asking Colin about his cat.
Oh yeah.
And he said part 3's edited and ready. Part 4 is filming overnight tonight.
Ooh.
So it's really motoring through that. Well done.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching the next bit of that.
Yeah.
The most important thing's the colouring in for that.
What we're talking about, Fox or the cat?
The cat.
Oh, the colour. Yeah, the colours add a certain something, don't they?
A little certain je ne sais quoi.
Oh,
or I
right.
don't know what.
It was a bit like when I was doing the Tormund and Brienne busts. When
Torville and Dean, what?
exactly, the Torville and Dean busts. The moment I put the actual eyes onto Tormund, it just suddenly changed from, oh yeah, that looks kind of like him, to, look, it's Tormund.
John O's asking, how do I join the video chat next week? You can see an Aussie sunrise. Ooh.
Is that a euphemism?
No, I hope not. But what I shall do, I'll put the link, which is a Google Hangout link. I'll put it everywhere I can, basically. It will go onto my Facebook page. I'll put it in the Boom Hut, and it will be in the chat here as well.
Is next week
basically-
open to everyone?
Open to everyone next week.
Ooh.
Yep, next week is a free for all. So getting quick, you might, if it fills up, you can't join, but it won't fill up. You click on that basically, and it should open you up. You have to sign into your Google account, which is your YouTube name thingy, and then you just click join, and you can join. You'll be in here, down there with the rest of the miscreants, and that's it really. You need obviously, hopefully, a camera. Definitely a microphone, because otherwise it's just a little picture of you that comes up that doesn't do anything. So yeah, camera is obviously for preference, because then we can see the sunrise and we can see you and get to talk to you. And the microphone, obviously, then we can talk to you and you can hear us through speakers and stuff. So yeah, just click on the link, follow the instructions that it provides you, and you'll be there. If you're using a mobile device, then again, you should just be able to click on the link and it'll open up the Hangouts app and things like that. But that's obviously not as good because it's ropey video and bad bandwidth and everything else. So yeah, use a real computer as your best bet, or a
Yeah,
laptop.
don't use a laptop.
You can use a laptop if you like, if it, you know,
Yeah,
that's the
it's
next
modern.
stage. But yeah, I obviously don't join is the bottom layer, bottom standard. Then joining on your mobile or iPad, and then laptop, and then proper computer with power and cameras and lights and special effects and sparklers and yeah.
If you join from a mobile device, your mobile device will overheat and explode. As well, there is that.
This is possible, yeah. If you are joining from a mobile device or any device, make sure it's plugged in.
rather warm.
They do, yeah. Speed's using a mobile device, so it works, but it cooks things.
It's not the best. It's not the best, but I can't. Well, apart from the fact I don't have a webcam for my computer, I can't actually drag it from the upstairs room into my.
Well, as you can see, me, Fox, and George are using proper computers, and you can tell that the quality of the video is there and the audio and everything else. Paul is on some sort of dodgy laptop, I think, isn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the
what
next
Chris is
stage.
saying
now.
is they're real professionals, whereas I'm
I don't
just
know
a
about
rank
professional,
amateur.
but yeah. Well, no, Paul's the next layer down, just using a dodgy laptop, and then we've got Speed down at the bottom, just using whatever he had to hand, and
Pretty much.
hence, you know,
Hmm.
not the quality of the presenting, but the quality of the video and the audio. You can...
Keep digging, Chris.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna get
going
deeper.
to stop exactly there. Lynn says she's got to work next week, so she won't be joining us. Oh, well. And yeah, Dad tells Jono you'll need Google Hangouts. Colin is in Italy next week.
Oh, yes. He's going to Mugello to see the MotoGP.
Oh, is that's there next week? Is it?
Oh, Colin's going to MotoGP.
Oh, you just said it's MotoGP time. Don't tell Spid. He already knew.
Yes. What he doesn't know is I'm going to stow away in his luggage.
So what we want to know is, having no interest in motorsports of any kind and not knowing how these things work, what percentage of time is spent standing around waiting for things to go past very fast? And then as soon as it goes, do you then just go off to the pub? You sit there for 6 hours, a bike goes whiz, and then you go, right, pub.
Well, there's probably more than one bike. Otherwise, it'd be a bit pointless.
Stand there and watch them pass you a few times, and then you go to the pub.
More than one bike. You know nothing, Christopher.
When you say a few times, do they sort of turn around and come back? Or is it a big lappy thing?
No, they do it in reverse. It's great.
Oh, right, they have to back up. and then parallel park.
There's two big turntables at either end with very, very quick moving people who turn them around. So you just go back and forth a lot.
It's just on one road.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one long straight road. Yeah.
Cool. Colin says it's on his bucket list. So that's where he's going along. Jono says put the camera feed and mic feed into the laptop and go from there. Pretty much, yeah. You need the Hangout app software thing needs to know what camera and everything it's using. But
yeah, but it asks you.
Pretty much, yeah. If you start one yourself, just start a Google Hangout and make sure everything's looking and sounding okay, and then you'll be free to join next week. Lynn's telling Colin to take lots of pictures. That's the trouble. When you're taking pictures of something going past very quick, do you move the camera or do you not?
You have to move it really quick.
Well, if you move it, then you get the thing you're taking in shot and everything else behind it blurry.
I think you need
That's actually a good question because there is photography technique involved in that. Because what you can do is actually pan and get the motorbike in sharp focus, looking sort of stationary, but with the background blurred, which gives the impression of the speed it's moving.
Or you get the background in shot and the bike blurry.
Shutter speed frees the whole lot, which means that it doesn't actually look like it's moving at all. Or you can use a slower shutter speed and get a clear background with a blurry motorbike.
Yeah. I think you should take 3 cameras and do one of each.
Yeah.
Could, yeah.
Who's rumbling? Is that you doing something, George?
Sergeant Bones says that Spiddy can use steam signals from his coffee machine.
That's how Speed's internet works, yeah.
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 Absolutely.
So John Aram says, so put the camera feed and mic feed into the laptop and go from there. Yeah, you just need a camera or one on your laptop if you got one, and a microphone, which most laptops have. Click on the link and it'll take it from there. Bing. I think he's going to do a test with Dad.
Yeah, Dad's just offered to do a test run through, which is nice and convenient.
I'm going to turn off my pinging thing.
Who pinged you?
That's a machine that goes. Bing!
There is a machine. It's got pretty flashy lights on it as well.
Doodle doo 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 doo.
Roger's going. Night all early start tomorrow. Night, Roger. Thanks for visiting.
Did I just say that? Like literally just right now.
Did you? I wasn't listening.
I think I did.
That would mean we have to listen to each other when you're talking, then we don't.
Yeah, there is that. It's bad enough. I mean, I don't listen to myself. Never mind anybody else. So.
How do you know you said it then?
I don't know. Probably I read the script.
Script. I didn't send out a script. Paul's got lots of paints there, and only one of them's open.
Yep. But which
It's still
one's
in the
open?
jar on his cutting mat.
Oh, he's using a bit of tissue. I'm sort of shocked.
Let's see.
Because I was cleaning my brush.
I don't think he's using a wet palette though. I think he's using it straight from the pot.
No.
Don't tell products.
I already got in trouble from Fox this
game.
morning. Fox told me off just now for using me wet palette wrong already. So
No, I wasn't saying using your wet palette wrong.
Yes, you were.
You're using your entire brush wrong.
In the wet palette.
No, the wet palette was neither here nor there. It'd be the same whatever palette you're in. I
Doing it
wasn't telling
worse.
you off, I was offering guidance.
I'm lucky you don't live anywhere near me. You'd be slapping my wrists.
But just come in. Yeah.
Has he got jeans on, Paul? It looks like blue jeans.
Hang on, let's bring him into something resembling.
Oh, no,
photo.
it was just the back of the other leg, I think.
Yeah,
That's what I caught a glimpse of. It looked like. Yeah.
I'll
No.
focus your dad. There we go.
Let's talk off.
Yeah, I'd say it's patchwork fun. This.
Now, this is obviously nothing to do with your large diorama that you're building.
No.
Just and aside from that, just something to build.
Yeah, while I'm working out how on earth I'm going to do several aspects of that diorama, I figured I'd do some other stuff to keep me busy.
Hmm.
This, I started a on 12th scale robot-y thing, and I've got that Bandai Shore Trooper to play with as well.
Oh yeah, the one with the USB port in the back.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
is that the one that you won off the auctions, Paul?
The 1/12th, whatever the hell it was, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That I've got to say.
It-
I've no
yeah.
idea what it is, but I saw that and I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that was why I decided to buy it. And then I discovered that certain bits of it are going to be an absolute swine to put together,
Right.
because you've got clear parts for like some of the visory bits that go in underneath other parts of the the helmet,
Right.
so you can't just slot them in afterwards.
Yeah.
Work out how I'm doing that.
Jono has a question. It's a model making
Can you-
question, which we don't normally do on this show, but we'll take the exception.
So much.
He asked what the different reasons for wet and dry paint palettes.
Fairly easy. A dry palette is what most people use, and it's just a convenient surface to put your paint on.
Let
A
me
wet
cut it.
palette is what you want to use if you're using water-based acrylic paints, because it's not actually wet. It's just moist. I'm going to write that down.
The moist palette, yes.
Moist. Because it's moist, and all it does is I've got one here, but I've not got anything in it, so it's just send you a plastic box. Basically, you have some tissue and a bit of they said papyrus. Then I don't know why.
Papaya.
Some tissue and a bit of parchment paper.
There you go. There is a moist palette in use.
The big thing is if you're using water-based acrylic paints, they dry out really fast. If you use like just a piece of card or a plate or a piece of tile or glass or something, they're all right, but they do dry out really fast. And you put all that paint on there, within 10 minutes it's dried and it's wasted. If you use a wet palette, which is really a moist palette, it just means that there's wet tissue underneath the parchment paper. It soaks a little bit through. The paint sits on the parchment, and it just the moisture in the tissue keeps it hydrated. So I can put some paint on a wet palette, and I can still be using that paint on the palette 3 days later.
Yeah, this paint I put in there on Sunday, and if I tip it up, it'll dribble and,
Yeah,
and
it
run.
separates out a bit, but you can mix it back together. It just keeps the paint hydrated, so you use less paint. You don't have to buy paint every 5 minutes, and it also means you can make sure it's kind of the right consistency. And it's easy for mixing. If you've got if you want to mix colors, you can mix colors right on the wet palette, and it'll stay. If I get like a color there and a color there, and I mix them into the perfect color, and because it's on a wet palette, I can use that for the next 2 or 3 days. If I did it on a piece of plastic or something, I'd mix the color, use it for 20 minutes, it would have dried out, I'd have to mix the color again, and it would suck ass. So it's just a way to keep your paint lasting longer, basically,
We can ask Paul about his dry palette.
which is any surface you can find,
Yep.
pretty much.
Well, it depends what I'm doing, because a lot of the time I'll work with a damp brush.
Damp or moist?
Depends how wet I've got it.
It's all about moist.
I think we can see a bit of your palette on the corner there. I think you've got your paint sitting on top of it.
Yeah. You mean this bit here?
Yeah, that bit there, yeah. So yes, there you go, John. Learning and having fun.
If you are using water-based acrylics, and doing brush painting, I fully recommend you should always use a wet palette, because it just makes everything last longer. There's no point using a not wet palette. The only thing you can't do is you can't use it for lacquers or alcohol-based paints like Tamiya because they're alcohol-based. They don't work. So it has to be water-based paints.
I reckon in theory you could if you built yourself an alcohol-based wet palette.
Yeah, but the alcohol flashes off.
The
So
alcohol would evaporate very quickly, though, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd need to keep adding it and keep drinking it.
Yeah.
Always be drinking.
Why has he only got one black eye, Fox? What's with the eyes?
Because I realised I don't want to colour that
It's only
in
been
because I've got to rub out all the pencil marks. So I might as well just not ink the rest of it in for now. This will be the basic outline. I'll colour it. Well, I'll get rid of the pencil marks. I'll colour it, and then I go over with another bolder outline with a big pen to make the fatness. This is just a basic skeleton of an outline for the finale. So I don't really need to do too much right now.
See, learning stuff.
Yeah.
Paul the Tasso's in saying hello, people.
Always be learning.
Oh,
hey, sweetie.
Who's in?
what?
Is it Paul Di Tommaso, did you say?
It is.
Yeah, Paul Di Tommaso.
Candyman. Oh, not Candyman, but Candyman, the other Candyman.
Hey?
Well, he works at the candy factory, so he's
Hey,
not like
yeah,
Candyman,
okay.
but not Candyman from
Not,
Mongo.
not,
Because that's
Candy
yeah.
Graham. No.
Mongo like candy.
He's not here.
In Game of Life.
Other quotes that we can't use. Blazing Saddles is a fantastic film.
My favourite quote: "Welcome to Hanging Health. Don't worry, everyone's equal in my eye.
This one's a doozy.
This one's a doof." That character.
Dad says Paul's wet palette is his worktop.
Yeah.
That's only his wet palette if he spills water on it first.
I was going to say he spills his coffee and then he's like, he's got a wet palette.
Yeah.
Paul says, sorry, no candy for you.
No, it's Canadian candy, and that's the best candy.
It's because it's got maple syrup in it.
Yeah, because Americans don't know how to do candy. Chocolate, but Canadians do.
I was just going to read out George's comment, but I'm not going to because George is here. He can use his real mouth.
Yeah, I was just asking if anyone's ever played Corvus Belli's Infinity. It's like a tabletop miniature game that plays. It looks like something akin to Fire Teams. It's like armies of 6 people.
No, I've never heard of it.
No, me neither.
What's it called?
Corvus Belli's Infinity. I found it at my local hobby town, and they're playing tonight, so I figured I'd go check it out because I do have that like giant 40K army I found in my garage.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to paint that thing. I just want to play with like a few dudes.
Yeah, but Joe, hang on. What's the giant army? What is it? What faction?
I have Space Marines, Tyranids, Necrons, and
All of the rest.
Chaos. Space
So you
Marines.
have four
Division.
different factions that can't fight alongside each other.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, don't forget though, get yourself some of these new contrast paints. Paint them dead quickly. That's the point.
When are they out?
Especially Tyranids. June, I think. In a few
Not
weeks.
ages.
Yeah. Especially things like Tyranids, which are quite simple to paint anyway. Or Necrons, which are basically lead belcher, null oil, Necron compound done. Necron's the easiest. It's literally just like painting in metallics. But yeah, get some of them. Get some of them contrast paints.
What I really want to play is the Tau armies because I like the little robot look they have. But then that's like a whole nother army to buy. Too much. Too much. I gotta finish all this first before I get into.
Don't forget, George, at some
That's
point in the next 2 years, you'll be
it's-
inheriting.
It's like a crack addiction.
Yeah, but don't forget, George, at some point in the next 2 years, you'll inherit an entire either Death Guard or Space Marine army.
Yeah, so I really can't paint the Space Marines in case I get the Space Marines because then they won't look the same. Mine will look like.
Well, they'll be Ultramarines, so it's fairly standard.
Well,
I've got to scoot, guys. I've got bits and bobs to do. So thanks for having me, and I will catch you all later.
Catch you next time.
Do your bit, Spid.
No, it's bad. Enjoy your way.
Enjoy your Wii, did you say?
He's probably
Oh,
got
if
that
you go for
Is
that,
that a
you
great
just
big Wii?
camera if you finished.
Yeah, George,
Um,
if you go for the Space Marines, they'll just be Ultramarines. So, and if you go for Death Guard, they'll be standard Death Guard colours. So, although I've got to be honest, George, I think what I'm going to do, it does mean a bit of delay. For those that don't know, I'm doing the Warhammer Conquest thing, and me and George we're going to split the army when it's done. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to paint a lot of it like the magazine says. When that's finished, they'll kind of look like Gash. So what I might end up doing is actually just repainting them all.
I'm
Not
okay
the
with
ones that I've taken to one side and painted properly. They will be fine. So might be an extra 3.5 years. But basically, because I think what I'll have to do, I suddenly realised, hang on, I can paint. You mean I can paint them all again and get more videos out of it? So I think once they're done, and I've done all the magazine issues and they're all done, I'm just going to have to go back and repaint them all. So if you, by then, if you let me know which one you want, I'll do them first.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Chancellor does say he's seen it played. It's got a lot of depth, but it's not as accessible as Games Workshop games, but it's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
He says
you know
5 days
what?
old,
You know what
it
it's
takes
not.
up too much time.
So the question is, though, is it as good as Hero Quest, which is a cracking game?
What's the best thing about Hero Quest, though?
Best thing about Hero Quest. No, Mormons. If only that was a Hero Quest door. Oh no, Mormons.
Shane's asking about my gaping dark crevice.
I beg your pardon. Do I need to leave now?
It was a comment on one of my videos. I can't remember. Was it the R2 painting the inside of painting R2? I can't remember.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you, Chris.
Oh dear.
Before you finish whatever you were talking about, that was
that was it. Really, I was waiting for Shane to come back and remind me exactly what it was that I was talking about. But...
Okay. When you were painting the inside of that R2, I had a sudden thought.
Mm.
Okay, here we go. You've got the inside. I'll do it in the big pen so you can see. I noticed, right, because you've got inside the R2.
Yeah.
We've got like that shape, haven't you? That's like half of him. So you're painting all that. That's the bit where the top goes here.
Yeah.
And you're painting all that black. And you've got the light that goes here.
Yeah.
And the light is this plastic white bit with a bit of clear there and a bulb at the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just paint that bit black and not the inside? Because then no light would go into the body and it'd just be shining up to the top.
Yeah, but it sort of would still.
I mean, you could paint, well, maybe the inside, but if you paint, because I suddenly thought when you're getting that light leak from the left leg, I think that's because you've got where you've got the plastic there and you've got the bulb like that. That's supposed to shine, but this bit, the light was coming out from here. So I think if you paint that black where the wire goes out, because you're getting some light coming out from the
This
little.
is a possibility.
So I was thinking that if you just paint that part of the bulb, that might actually do a lot of the.
Yeah, but would painting it cause any problems with the electricity?
No, it's an LED.
Because it's a water-based paint.
No, it's be fine.
Water and electricity don't go well together.
Or either that, or just stick a load of gaffer tape over it, like black electrical tape, just to block. Because I think even though you painted the inside black, the light leak wasn't because the primer was missing. It's because the light was coming out from underneath.
Yeah, I mean, some of it was where it hadn't been joined together properly again. But yeah, there were
the white bit of plastic. There was still some of the clear LED underneath. I think that's where the light was leaking out underneath.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I shall bear that in mind when I do the proper one.
I was thinking that. I was saying, just paint that, and then you'll get rid of that.
If I do that, I'll see.
If you do what?
If I do that, I'll find out if it works. I'll let you know.
Hmm.
Sprue has a question. He says, "What was your favourite board game when you were a kid?" When I was a kid, there were only like 4 board games. So
yeah, there weren't that many, were there? We were kids.
It's not the same as now. Now there's like shops that sell nothing but board games, but that didn't happen.
What did we have? We had
like Ludo and Connect 4 and chess.
Ludo. You were very middle class then, weren't you?
We had Ludo's got the clicky thing in the middle, isn't it?
We had.
That's frustration.
Is it?
Yeah, that's frustration.
Yeah.
The Pop-O-Matic thing in the middle.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Hasn't Ludo got one of them as well?
No, Ludo was invented in 1900.
In Roman times.
Ludo was a Dark Ages game. What did we have? We had Monopoly, but then we had things like Sorry, which was quite a good game. I seem to remember.
That's the Canadian game.
Is it? Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just doing stuff so that George actually can understand some of our horrendous references.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. He's obviously been around too long.
My favorite game was Mousetrap, mainly because you got to build that whole contraption.
Yeah, but did it not take you like 3 weeks to build it, and then you do it once and it's finished, and that's?
Yeah, but the fun was in the building, wasn't it?
Yeah, same, right? It takes you 12 weeks to build a model, and then you place it there, and that's it.
Do you know we had a tradition in this house where we never had Mousetrap the game, but every time somebody dropped something or something broke, somebody would shout Mousetrap.
Nice.
Every time somebody like dropped a tray of food, Mousetrap. We never had a game.
We played with actual mouse traps.
Quano Man asked, "Does Hungry Hippos count as a board game?" Yeah, it was on a board.
Yeah.
Why not?
What was
Jono's
that? Was it a game called Crossfire where you had like a gun and a bowling alley
Oh
type?
yeah, it was a little ball bearing in a plastic washer.
Yeah.
Oh, Screwball Scramble. Oh,
Yeah,
it just
we
looked like
had
ice
like
cream.
a maze with like bridges and things that to guide the marble around it.
yeah.
Oh God, I remember when I was at primary school once, we could take games to work day, take games to school day, and
Were you
somebody
a
had that,
teacher?
and I hated them because I wanted it,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't give it to me.
Sprugloo says Kaplunk.
Yeah, everybody had Plunk.
Clue says Lynn and Interzone 88. Welcome.
I think Clue is Cluedo, isn't it? Basically,
Yeah,
In
I
the
don't know why they can't spell it properly. But yeah. Jono's got another question for me. He says, "Do you or anyone else know if the Star Wars build issues have been released for Oz?" Obviously, Star Wars is worldwide, but some countries get different merchandise. Are we talking about the D'Agostini Heartworks thing? Because, well, the answer is I don't know for anything, whatever it might be. But D'Agostini are worldwide. I think they do they have released things in Australia, haven't they? Previously, so probably, but maybe not yet. If it's the part work, then you might be, when they finish it and like they finish the Falcon and the R2, you might be able to order it and get it all shipped at once it's finished. But you'll have to wait 2 years for that. But as far as I know, they do have Australian.
Yeah, I think D'Agostini are in Australia. Warhammer Conquest is out in Australia. About a month ago, it started out.
Did it? Someone was asking about that, wasn't they?
Yeah, Warhammer Conquest is out in Australia. G'day, bro.
A question for you then, Jono. Does it annoy you when Fox does that?
G'day, bro. It's kind of in the contract.
Is he close or not close, or is it rubbish? Let's see. John Paul says Snakes and Ladders. Shane says frustration. John says electric battleship and operation. I don't know about electric battleship. That would be cheating, wouldn't it? But operation, I remember that. No, you wanted his funny bone.
I like the idea that electric battleship, something actually explodes. That would be fun. But you get a proper sort of. What was it? Something that, like, as you hit the right thing, it just sends it flying up into the air and into pieces.
Yeah, it's probably not going to work like that, is it?
Yeah, probably.
Lynn's let's go and do some laundry. Shadowland Scale Model says Escape from Colditz. I remember it. I never had it, but
I remember never understanding really how to play it.
Dad remembers the actual thing happening. He was there.
Interzone said, "I've always wanted catapults and crossbows." I don't know that one either.
I always wanted that.
Just a general sort of childhood weapons addiction.
You know what I wanted? I want that thing where you had like the fake carbine, a repeater rifle, and you had the row of cans, and it was like a light gun. And
Tin Can Alley.
Tin Can Alley, that's it.
Yeah. Crossfire gun used to take the skin off your fingers, says Shane. And Jono confirms, yes, the big R2 and the X-Wing. Okay, thanks, mate. Yeah, I would assume D'Agostini exists in Australia, so give him a call, shout out to him and see what they say. He says, "G'day, mate." No, not at all. Doesn't annoy him at all.
He just doesn't listen.
It's nowhere near accurate.
Nowhere near accurate, but yeah. Got to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah.
Right.
Annoyingly, the light relative to my camera is ruining the fun here. But I've painted one of the patches of this giant's legs in resembling cotton.
They kind of look like tartan. I like that.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that.
That's kind of mint. I like that.
I'll take
a like that.
a photo of it and
Yeah, put the photo up everywhere.
yeah.
As if you're not already in the Boom Hut, then there's normally a link in the bottom of all my videos for the Boom Hut. Go and join it. You can see pictures of Paul's thing and not Paul's thing, but you know what I mean. Paul's giant thing. No, wait, that's worse.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
That's not what you said.
Yes, and that's where you'll find the link to the thing, the Suzuki build. But, is ongoing, happening now as we speak. Except Fox isn't doing it now. He's painting.
He says a movie.
Oh, hey, Chris, I need you to post a photo of your hat collection that we talked about last week in the Boom Hut.
Okay.
I would like to see what it looks like. I have quite a few hats myself, not as many as you, but I would like to see that.
I could do with a bigger wall to put them on, because
You could. You
they're,
really
they're
could.
stacked up like 3 or 4 deep on each hook. But yep, I shall put that. So I'll probably put it on my page rather than in the Boom Hut, because it'll annoy people in the Boom Hut.
Yeah,
Well,
actually,
we already got a collection. Everybody's posting their various.
Oh right, I'll find that then. Yeah.
Join them.
Chris,
I was
just thinking about it. You know,
Hello.
John was asking about the X-wing and that and this and that.
Yep.
Seeing as that the R2 is already like finished and completed, is it fair to assume if it's not already out in Australia, it might not? Because it's been done for like 2 years.
The R2 has only been done for about 6 months, but
Has it?
yeah.
Because I would have thought it would have come out before you know.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Within a
They
month or
do
two
these
of it
things at
coming
all
out
other
as well.
times, don't they?
I know not.
Jono says, "Want a cup of tea and a cream bun?" And I've just been told I've got no more wall space.
Actually, you know what that reminds me of is playing Borderlands the pre-sequel when you sometimes you shoot some of the raiders and they're like, "Cup of tea, mate, cup of tea, cup of tea." That's great. I like that. It tickled me every time they said that.
TK's telling me to build another wall.
Yeah.
Boy,
easy.
build a wall.
I've got some old bits of fence you could use.
Yeah, they're old rotten fence bits. Yeah, no.
You're a bit of fence.
They're not completely rotten. Just
Why did you take them down then?
because they'd fallen. One of them was falling over a little bit, and
They're slightly
the other
wrong.
one was also falling over a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Right, where are we? We're coming up 9:15, so we've got another 10 minutes, quarter of an hour to go left on this. Anything else anyone wants to talk about or publicise or
Nope.
no? Cool. We'll just sit in silence for the next 10 minutes.
Fingers
I did
crossed.
get my plan built for the Sosby, so now I can start doing that actual real work. So that's nice.
When you
You know,
say
what,
plan,
you know what's going to suck though is that 3 weeks from now I'll still be sanding mine down. And George will have like built his.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh man,
No, I'm very.
If George builds it, you won't have to finish yours, right?
that's right.
I'm hoping against hope that mine will actually be done in time. I'm gonna try this resin kit. I've never
Oh.
done resin before. Yeah, it's and when I look at it, the amount of masking that this is gonna take to paint makes my head hurt. So it may just be primer gray. And
What
that
color scheme are you thinking of?
do what?
What color scheme are you thinking of that requires lots of fiddly masking?
I think I'm gonna paint it. So I was looking at tanks from Vietnam and kind of their like dark green colors. I was gonna build a forest kind of diorama for it. I'm going for more of a not the special suit that Aznavour pilots, but they started mass producing them later on in the future.
Are you thinking more of like a 8th MS, but the opposing force?
Yeah, basically. So I've been looking at like what tanks in Vietnam look like, and they're all green. So probably a bunch of different greens. As you said, just like 8th MS team, basically, but the other side.
Yeah, that'd be mint actually.
Yeah. I wanted to make it desert sand color, and I think I will do that. But there's a not this one, but another one. There's a different resin kit that has these vents all over it that are very similar to what the vents on an Abrams, or at least the pictures that claim to be Abrams, have. And so I want to paint one of those kind of like Desert Storm looking desert sand colors. So I think just gonna build a bunch of Sazabis through time based off of various conflicts. Like I want to make a whitewashed one like World War II tanks were. So since I can't build tank armor yet, I'm gonna take what people are doing with tanks and try to do it with these mobile kits to make them.
That will look really interesting. That'd be good.
I have to say that if you're doing like military type stuff, like military hardware, there shouldn't be any masking because it's all matte colours anyway. You could brush paint it theoretically, or you could airbrush it. And although, when you say airbrushing, you mean like masking? You mean like camouflage patterns, or?
Maybe. I'm just thinking about creating like enough panel separation because I've been looking at a lot of photos of actual tanks, and you can definitely tell where the different panels are because of the normal discoloration. So I was going to try to airbrush that versus doing oil filtering because the brittleness of this particular brand of plastic.
Well, I mean, although if you're doing the color separation per panels of the actual armor pieces, then you could just do all that before you put them on. Therefore, you're not having to, like, one panel could be one color, like you do with, like I did with the Perfect Grade Zaku. Although only need to mask it if you're going to go even to, like, do panels within panels, but you need to mask it then. But
I'm getting flashbacks to last week when I was sitting here quietly and not knowing what people are talking about.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking. I want my thing and my focus on painting these fictional robots is painting them in the style of actual, real, modern military vehicles. That's why I was asking about, do they have warning symbols on the inside? I'm trying to avoid the science fiction-y fantasy route that they are based on. So
yeah, that makes sense. I think just painting them in modern military colors and adding weathering and realistic damage and paint damage and stuff is enough to make them not sci-fi. And putting the dire armor it could have fantastic results.
Yeah.
So it's not something that can't be done. Absolutely paint them modern colorings. If you're going to go for desert colors, you want to hook up with Scott Sutherland for that because he likes his IDF. He knows all about painting stuff desert colors.
Okay.
I will do that for the next one. This one is definitely more jungle forest warfare stuff.
You mean you're only doing one at a time? You should be doing like 3 on the trot, shouldn't you?
You know, if the group build didn't exist, you know, I will say that is a big reason why the group build exists, so that I will actually focus and finish something, and not just add it to the pile of. It's funny because people talk a lot about their pile of shame and they show their backlogs, but to me, the pile of shame is this one here where I started it, got halfway through, and then said, "Hey, I'm going to start something else." That's what I should be ashamed about, not the still in plastic ones.
Yeah,
we have a Vincent. Vincent's arrived. Good evening.
I fully agree with that. The pile of shame for me is the kits you started with, and like,
You've been working through them recently, haven't you?
I've basically been cleaning up my pile of shame, yes. So,
I see a lack of ants. What happened to the ants?
Yeah, I had to get rid of them for the missus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox has gone because someone else came in, so he had to go and refresh himself, I should think. Otherwise, he can't see you. What's wrong with your computer, Fox? Why can you not let anyone else join your chats? And
probably something wrong with Hangouts or Chrome.
No. I just when somebody joins, I don't see them. The video feed, so I just refresh. I just hit refresh and it pops them back in.
Ah, right. You missed Vincent telling us that he hasn't got ants anymore.
I know. I heard this. What's this about?
Yeah, the missus. Well, we're moving together in a couple of months, and the missus doesn't want them.
It was you can bring the models, or you can bring the ants.
Oh no!
It was either or, but she's got a bug phobia, so.
Well, you could have used that as a teaching experience, as a learning experience. Well, that was the case, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got all the stuff for when I want to do it again in the future. Cool. It's not like I'm doing it with a rare or exotic species or anything like that.
Just sent them to Kenneth.
What did you do with them?
Just put them outside.
I don't know if you just take away the food and let nature take its course in the bottom, but no.
Yeah.
Were these ants that were native to your part of the world, or were they like special to like Bolivian rainforests?
They're native to Europe.
Okay. You haven't just sentenced them to death, then, basically.
Nope.
Or you haven't just introduced them to the wild and they're going to take over like rabbits do.
Like raccoons in Germany, all over again.
I mean, the raccoons in Germany were entirely Sergeant Bones' fault, weren't they?
Well,
I
yeah,
think so,
okay.
probably.
Yeah, we do know that for a fact. Sarge, sorry.
But yeah, I had to. They were coming at a point where I had to expand the nest yet again. So it's financial investment for that. And then there's the question if I will ever be able to move them along to whatever we decide to rent or buy.
Are they not homing ants?
But yeah, I mean,
With the carpenter ant.
if I had expanded the nest, transporting them when I actually moved would have been a nightmare.
What were they? Were they carpenter ants, or I can't remember what they were?
No, they were harvester ants.
Oh, harvester ants.
As much as you want from the salad bar.
I like harvesters. Yeah.
Which is why I didn't mind letting them go, because it's summer and it's perfect. It's nearing summer anyway, and it's perfect time and temperature for them. But yeah, it does give me room to do some of my backlog projects because I was running out of room quickly in my room.
John, I was wondering why you've got the same shirt on you were wearing last time you were here.
Because this is my I can paint shit shirt because so I have like 10 of these.
Yeah, he doesn't wear it all day, every day.
No.
I can tell you in important news that Uniposca paint pens do not like being on
Toilet.
Dana Rowney, the Langton watercolour book cardstock.
In what way do they not like it?
They're a bit lumpy. I have to do 2 coats and they're a bit mangly to the paper, which is not ideal. Never mind. I need pink. Let me pink.
Yeah.
The colours might be a bit OTT, but it'll be shut up. It's gratis. Don't complain.
Yeah, we can't complain about art.
No, but I basically have like 2 or 3 t-shirts for at the bench work for when I'm doing spraying and stuff, and those just get rotated into the laundry. But this has actually been washed since last month, believe it or not.
Colin says hi, Vincent, and then he says Foxy's doing your logo.
Yeah.
I wish he was doing my logo. Yeah,
I have shown Vincent proof that I do have the artwork ready. In fact, I can screen share it. Hang on. I'm gonna prove it with proof and everything. In fact, I've just got to find it first.
I've just deleted it.
I think it's in a folder called Vincent's logo. Oops.
Do not open.
Yeah.
do not open or send to Mr. Lots Model Making.
That might be under M. There we go. It's under M for Mr. Lothzaku. There we go. I shall screen share it. I didn't get very far with it. I just got the outfit done. The outline's done. Hang on.
Oh right, yeah, I remember that.
That's as far as I got. I don't quite know how I'm going to fit an actual rocket launcher in his. Oh, it's going to be a paintbrush, isn't it? I was going to say fit a rocket launcher in his hand, but yes. Anyway, I shall stop sharing. There you go.
Tiger Tank 2's coming in, saying, "Evening, fellas. Sorry I'm late. It's all right. You've got like 6 or 7 minutes before we end. It's fine. Can
we not go for loads more time now? Because we've got loads more people.
I'm going to get a thing to go and make a cup of tea in a minute.
Look, Chris, Chris, look. Bright pink nose. Pink nose.
Pink nose. Pink nose what?
Pink nose. I've got pink for the right colour for the nose.
Yay. You got to paint the other eye, though, because that's freaking me out now.
David Bowie going on at the minute. Was it Sting or I don't know.
Yes, so we're closing in on the last 5 minutes. So don't forget to check the video in my history of the competition thing, so you can win a mug. Look, one like that. You can win your very own one that you can put your own liquid in.
A mug with a mug.
A mug with a mug. Some of the comments have been saying things along those lines. Yeah.
Chris did ask me why I hadn't entered his competition. I said because if I won, there'd be people with pitchforks and stuff outside your door.
No, it'd be fine. You and Paul can enter. It saves me having to post it a long way.
No, because I'm going to be doing the draw
live next week. So there'll be no question of interference or favoritism or anything else.
Look,
It will be done
all
live by clicking the
last
button.
time one of us entered one of us put a comment on a giveaway video from another. We won.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
You're allowed. It's a random thing. It's randomly
And you
accessible.
have to remember how many times I did a random comment picker and pull my own comment. That happened more than a few times.
Yeah, if I pull my own comment, then I win a mug. It's fine. That's the way it works. What composition, says
that's
Gaz
hilarious.
Vickers? I when I reached 2,000 subscribers last week, I did a giveaway. So basically, watch the video. It's the one called 2,000 subscriber giveaway, cunningly titled. Watch that. That'll tell you what to do. Basically, leave a comment on the video, and you can win a mug, which I shall be drawing live next week on this very show. Not this show, the one from next week. And next week's show is a free-for-all. It's an evening with everyone. So anyone is welcome to come along with a camera, microphone, setup sort of thing. Be along here with this lot.
Make it sound like jelly wrestling or something. It's a free-for-all.
It's free-for-all, yeah. Jelly wrestling.
An evening in the mosh pit with Chris.
Jono's off to work. Thanks again. Thoroughly enjoyed the chat again. I'll talk to Dad and get the live chat set up going. I'll trade you a stubby holder for a mug. Have a good one, everyone. A stubby was the can, wasn't it? It's like yeah.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next week. So yeah. Must have just missed it due to the stealth titling, says Gaz. Yeah, I cunningly title my videos to make them misleading to everybody as to what's actually involved in the video. So yes, that's there. Also, I'll be putting a link in, if I can remember, for the Sazabi build from the Boom Hut and George. I don't know if it's about there or there. But there, I think probably that one. Yeah, which again, rewind, watch the video, he'll explain it all, or just watch the video in the link and he'll explain it all on that as well. Other than that, where are we? Thursday night. There's none of my late show War Hamster on Sunday, so don't be sitting waiting for that, because you'll be waiting for an extra week. I've put the thing in it already to set it up, so it's there, but it will tell you that it's got like 10 days to go or whatever. I know Foxy's probably still doing yours on Sunday though, aren't you?
Yeah, as far as I know.
But barring unforeseen activities, Fox will be on at 3 o'clock
usually.
And Saturday, Fox has got a special guest appearance.
Oh yes, on Saturday I will be appearing 2 p.m. BST on Saturday. On Saturday. I will be a guest on Zachary Aurelius's Gumpler Talk show.
Because they've run out of other...
You'll soon realise how little I have to know about Gumpler, because those guys know all the things and I know nothing.
Yeah, they're working their way through the alphabet.
I've been out of the loop for a while.
No, they've got to W.
Yeah. So they very kindly asked me to be a guest, so yeah, cool. So go and
That
watch.
was so easy.
Zach's a good lad.
Yep. It's that's Saturday and Sunday. Monday there is no e-models because it's another bank holiday. So yeah,
day off.
And then it will be Thursday. So back here for being on the camera and live and drawing of mug. I'll pick a mug out of a mug. No, pick a hat out of something to do with mugs. I'll be giving one away live next week. So come and join me for that. And that's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah.
So. Don't forget to do pop along to George's new baby channel and subscribe.
Oh yeah, do that. That'd be cool.
New baby.
While you go to watch his all about the Sazabi build, make sure to subscribe to his channel. He's the new boy.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep pestering him to put more videos up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go because I've got to go spider hunting as well by the looks of it.
Oh dear.
So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me. All my friends from down there. And see you next week. Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Night, internet.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I'll click the button, and then it's going to take about 10 minutes for it to actually decide that I've clicked the button. So I'll click it now, and then we'll say